What if the egg you crack for breakfast traveled through bustling robotic conveyor belts, mysterious tanks of brine, and fast-paced human inspection lines, not just to become breakfast, but to transform into a centerpiece of festivals and feasts worldwide? That's the story behind salted duck eggs, a tale where every detail, from the shine of the shell to the texture of the yolk, is shaped by a seamless dance between tradition and high-tech wizardry. Let's rewind the journey to the very beginning, where fresh duck eggs are collected at sunrise from dedicated farms. Imagine rows of ducks cared for with precision, their eggs plucked by practiced hands, sorted not just by size — factory standards demand uniformity — but also by shell thickness and even color. The excitement starts as trucks roll in, loaded with crates of fresh eggs, destined for a transformation that food lovers rave about from Singapore to Shanghai. First stop, inspection. Here comes the first punch. Every egg is checked with dazzling efficiency. Picture rivers of eggs gliding down shiny metal chutes, rolling past LED arrays and high-speed cameras engineered to detect the tiniest cracks, rough patches, or off hues. It's like a high-stakes audition. Only the eggs that pass muster get a shot at immortality. The best eggs, hot from the farm, pass through wave after wave of scrutiny, sometimes scanned by AI vision, sometimes scrutinized by eagle-eyed workers. It only takes a heartbeat for the system to rule them in or out. Next up, the washing line. Forget casual rinses. These eggs get the full spa experience. Automated sprayers pulse jets of filtered water while soft brushes spin, scrubbing every surface clean. Any microbe, speck of dust, or barnyard essence is banished. The industrial hum merges with the scent of ozone as racks slide into UV chambers, disinfecting the eggs for perfect safety and longevity. Ever thought a duck egg could feel like a superstar? In this factory, that's just business as usual. Now the real fun begins. Traditionalists might recall clay buckets or salty water baths on kitchen shelves for weeks at a time. Modern mass production tweaks this with startling precision. Factories often choose one of two methods: brining or mud coating. Let's crack into brining. Massive tanks hold thousands of liters of saltwater solution, maintained at a meticulously controlled temperature, sometimes tinged with spicy hints from five-spice powder, sweet traces of sugar, medicinal touches of white spirit, and subtle floral notes, all crafted to evoke centuries of culinary wisdom. Every ingredient, every ratio, is measured with laboratory precision, sometimes even boiled and then cooled to create the perfect brining environment. Eggs dip in by the thousands, submerged under bamboo slats or weighted grids to keep them from bobbing to the surface. The goal? Penetrate those tough shells with just the right amount of salt, so the whites are robust and the yolks become that legendary sandy golden melt. Timers, sensors, and trained workers all track the process, tuning every detail, sometimes as tightly as a single degree or fraction of a percentage point in salt content, so each batch matures honestly and evenly. Mud coating, the other legendary method, brings a rustic charm with an industrial twist. Specially mixed mud, rich in minerals, ash, and salt, is kneaded by automated paddles before eggs tumble through the sludge in mechanized drums. The mud wraps tightly, locking in flavor, sometimes enhanced with subtle aromatics and protective additives. Days, then weeks pass as the paste slowly works its magic, coaxing out moisture and inviting the salt deep inside the eggs. Factory floors reverberate with the shuffle of trays, the slow churn of curing racks, and the watchful eyes of supervisors inspecting the evolving bounty. Through either method, the pickling phase is all about precision and patience. Highly calibrated tanks monitor everything from humidity to temperature. Pressure gauges and brine meters ensure every egg experiences the perfect environment. At any moment, a technician might test a batch, cracking an egg, tasting a sliver of white, running yolk through sophisticated salinity meters, or poking gently to check for that coveted sandy, oily texture. Time passes, sometimes up to a month or more. It's a tense balance. Too little curing leaves bland eggs, too much, and they cross into uneatable, rubbery territory. But even as machines hum and timers tick, there's a familiar rhythm, a sense that these old family secrets haven't been lost, just turbocharged. After the cure, eggs are ready for their next metamorphosis: cooking. This is no home kitchen boil. This is a high-pressure, high-temperature operation designed for consistency and scale. Racks of eggs slide into giant steam chambers, sometimes 10 or 20,000 eggs at once. The process is timed to the second. Computers control both heat and pressure, with some cooks reaching up to 125 degrees Celsius and operating at powerful pressures to lock in that delicate balance of cooked whites and oily yolks. The steam rises, valves hiss, gauges flicker, and after the set time, a worker swings open the chamber. Just imagine the aroma: savory, slightly sweet, unmistakably rich. The eggs are hurried to cool down racks. Some factories opt for a secondary flash boil, others switch straight to packaging. At every stage, samples are split and tasted in quality labs brimming with analytical gear. It's here, in polished rooms with glass walls and stainless steel benches, that the true stars shine through. Eggs with glowing yolks, firm yet tender whites, and that signature mouthfeel which chefs crave. Some eggs are smoked post-boil, adding layers of flavor with carefully selected woods or herbal blends. In a few high-end factories, the smoked eggs emerge with a glossy, darkened shell, brushed clean and arranged for maximum visual appeal. Others go straight from cooling to grating, sorted by weight, color, shine, and even yolk texture via advanced imaging equipment. Tiny defects, spotted by machine vision or human hands, mean quick reassignment. Only the top-grade eggs are chosen for premium packaging. Now imagine the packaging process. Robotic arms lift trays into filling stations, where machines slide eggs into custom boxes, vacuum seal packs, or even decorative glass jars. Labels are laser printed with batch numbers, so every egg is traceable back to its origin. Some packs head directly to grocery stores, others to food factories that turn them into mooncake fillings, restaurant suppliers, or export cartons bound for distant cities. The science doesn't stop here. Temperature-controlled storage rooms keep the eggs fresh, sometimes for months. Factories employ chilling chambers, humidity monitors, and rotation schedules to ensure no batch languishes or dries out. So workers in hairnets, gloves, and spotless uniforms staff these operations day and night, maintaining safety, efficiency, and a flavor profile that's legendary. Let's go deeper. What really happens inside that humble egg during all these stages? It's a transformation at the molecular level. Salt infiltrates through micropores in the shell, shifting proteins, drawing out water, and stabilizing fats in the yolk. Sometime during brining, the ovalbumin molecules in the egg white loosen, giving it resilience while the yolk condenses into a sandy gel matrix that holds oil. Temperature, pressure, and time all play their part. It's a live performance, invisible but vital, where a miss in one parameter leads to a missed opportunity for greatness. Innovation, too, is a factory specialty. Some add potassium sorbate or citric acid to the brine for safety and preservation. Others experiment with flavor, infusing white wine, mixing 5-spice powder, or adding faint sweetness with just a few grams of sugar. Tech teams analyze every new ingredient for impact, sometimes running late-night taste panels to finesse the next big thing. The result is a blend of old-world wisdom and new-age know-how, a salted duck egg that's reliable, delicious, and perfectly suited to modern tastes. What really sets the modern process apart? Speed and consistency. In centuries past, home cooks might lose a batch to mold or misjudged salt. Today, gigabytes of sensor data and split-second AI checks mean every egg is tracked, tested, and verified. If a batch falters, machines sound alarms, workers pivot, and corrective actions happen in minutes. Some facilities even stream video of their operations, allowing remote quality managers to join in real time and help maintain standards from afar. Factories concerned with sustainability have made progress too. Many recycle or purify brines, reuse certain packaging materials, or turn rejected eggs into animal feed or industrial starches. The shrinking environmental footprint is a badge of honor, inspiring confidence in buyers, suppliers, and chefs who rely on these eggs for their culinary masterpieces. Let's pause on one of factory life's unsung heroes, the people. Technicians, packers, engineers, lab analysts, and inspectors make up an army of expertise. While machines do the heavy lifting, these workers bring the wisdom, intuition, and adaptability that keeps everything humming. They swap stories about perfect yolk days, experiment with new mixes, and chase micro adjustments to get just a little more gloss or flavor. In some legendary operations, there are workers whose taste memory is so refined they can pick out minute differences between eggs cured for 29 versus 30 days. Every step is tracked, logged, and optimized. Production targets might reach 200,000 eggs per shift, but nothing escapes documentation. Each batch has a code, each crate a label, each storage refrigerator an inventory file. When clients in Tokyo or Toronto ask about an egg, factory managers can pull full traceability reports in seconds. Consumers might only see the finished salted duck egg, glossy, perfectly spherical, with the promise of a runny, luscious yolk inside. They might not know about the silent competitions between factories, racing to create the most sandy yolks or lowest salt whites. The real action is in curing labs, factory floors, lab test kitchens, and shipping bays, all united for one goal: the perfect bite. Think about this. When the Moon Festival arrives and families gather around lantern-lit tables with moon cakes split open, revealing that golden duck egg core, it's the result of thousands of hours, millions of tests, and a whole industry's pride. Or picture an elite chef slicing salted duck eggs into congee, knowing each egg will harmonize with delicate rice and aromatic herbs thanks to the precision and passion behind the factory curtain. But the adventure isn't just local. As salted duck eggs grow in international popularity, factories now juggle global regulations, health standards, logistics, and culinary expectations from every corner of the world. They design recipes mindful of nutrition trends, tweak salt levels for new markets, and foster collaborations with food scientists. Some brands have pioneered low-sodium versions, omega-boosted yolks, or all-organic production lines using custom diets for their ducks to tweak egg flavor before the curing even begins. Let's not ignore the numbers: millions of duck eggs processed each week, billions each year. It's an orchestra of relentless scheduling and lightning-fast adaptation, all so you can enjoy a treat that's as old as the dynasties, but as cutting-edge as the newest tech. Yet in all this scale, tradition survives. Factory workers celebrate their heritage with walls lined with antique brining jars, share favorite mooncake recipes, and sometimes pass down secret brining blends only whispered among managers and elder heads. It's not just about efficiency, it's about respect for the duck, the egg, the history, and the future of flavor. Remember, next time you see a salted duck egg gleaming in a market tray, its pristine shell hiding a world of transformation. Behind it is a journey hundreds of hands and thousands of mindful steps long. Bite in, and you taste the merger of tradition, science, and sheer gastronomic ambition. So what does the future hold? Factories push for more eco-friendly solvents, invent brines that cut sodium but preserve flavor, test digital trackers and biosensors, and even robot taste testers to pick out batches with extra rich yolks. And whatever leaps come next, one thing won't change: The drive to balance old-world craftsmanship with new-age efficiency, so every salted duck egg is a little tribute to the deep roots and wild dreams of food history. By now, you're not just hungry for salted duck egg, but for the story of creation behind every smooth shell and golden yolk. And if you ever walk by a factory, let the hum of conveyors and whirl of steaming chambers remind you this isn't just mass production, it's a tradition reborn, one magical egg at a time. Crack it open, savor the burst of flavor, and discover the journey within. That's the secret life of a salted duck egg, and it's one that's always being written every single day in the pulse of the world's most advanced food factories. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more food factory stories. Your feedback helps me create even better videos for you. If you enjoyed this deep dive, share it with a friend who loves food and fascinating processes. Stay tuned, there's a lot more to discover together.